Hello everyone and welcome back to Chaos Creations. Well, it's been about a week or so between my last video. A lot has happened, some very interesting stuff that I would like to share with you. And now that I can share it with you, because it's been confirmed by various people. Nothing is ever really confirmed at the moment because with the old world, everything's up in arms and so forth. But, when you hear enough of something, you start to think, well, that seems true. So let's just get things off the bat straight away. First of all, non-old world stuff. I've had it confirmed from various sources. It looks like Tau are getting a whole new Kroot armada. And we're talking like Kroot hounds, Kroot warriors, Kroot everything. And from what I'm understanding, it's like a cross between Tyranids meets orcs. So it's going to be a lot of primal guys with big primal weapons and so forth, and stuff that they're scavenged and so forth. Lots of assassins with, guns and so forth. Big Kroot hounds, big, huge, hulking Kroot warriors and so forth, running around on the battlefield. Technology-wise, I don't think they're going to have a lot, but, they make up for it in sheer speed and so forth. So that's what I've been told, and I've been told by quite a few people. Now, old world stuff, I'm sure we've seen the magic phase and so forth. I'm not going to go into too much about that. It does look very interesting, and I'm very excited by it. It hinted at, like, total power as well, which is interesting. Double six, maybe will be unstoppable, whatever, we'll see. I mean, there are a few things in the rules that were a bit weird, like, if you do a misfire and you got put down the template, there's a chance to be hit. Does that mean when you put down a template, I roll to see if they get hit in the first place? It doesn't say a chance to take a wound and an automatic hit. It just says a chance to be hit. So I'm like, what does that exactly mean? I'm sure they'll bring the more clearer rules out, let's hope, later on. So, before I go into the nitty-gritty of what I've been hearing of late, I want to tell you where I'm at the moment with my painting and so forth, and go from there. So you can tell here I've done a very insanely huge Sphinx. This will be done up quite nice, put some tufts and so forth around it. It's turned out quite nicely. And we've got like a Cetra style statuette. It's been painted up quite nicely for my board. And this will be varnished tomorrow, both of those. And I've got this, which is like my version of Castle Grayskull for Tomb Kings. And I'll paint this up. I guess like a lot of black and a lot of dark green and so forth. A little trapdoor at the top there, which I don't really like. All very pretty. Now, all of those files can be found on my mini factory. They're not that particularly hard to find. I think I did a search for undead terrain and got that and a few others. Very simple. I also have some of these, which are chariot bases. They're very nice. It just makes the diorama on the actual, unit itself. And it's very pretty. I can have the chariot on there and maybe have a couple of little skulls on the top and such. But I won't put anything onto that, and that's what I'll talk about very shortly. So we have my shanty I'm starting to paint up now, which I'm kind of regretting, but it is what it is, and we'll just go with what we can. And behind that we have the mummies, which were not a high priority, mostly because I wanted to get my skeletons finished. I want to get them out there. Now these are still very nice. They're good quality. They're a little bit comical in some respects, and I don't deny that at all. But that said, for some rank and file, I can put at the back of skeleton warriors and so forth. For the most part, that's fine. And, I'll paint that up over the next week or so, I guess, and just do, little bits and pieces. I am liking the fact that I can play around with it. So a lot of people are like, oh, well, they look pretty gaudish and so forth. And that's fine because I'm trying out different techniques on painting, different color variations as well. So with this one, I did white, and then I put streaks of cream into it and little splotches of black, and then applied the wash. So I get this sort of like haunting sort of shield look. I don't know if that's going to hopefully get in focus. Yeah, there we go. So it looks weird, it looks like a very odd shield. Now, I may not have done that on one of my miniatures. I might have just gone, oh, well, I'll just paint it up generically. So with these, I can just, go to town on trying different things. So there's one at the back here that's got, the scorpion's shield, and it's got, instead of having wood, it's got that blue look. It looks quite nice. I'm not going to say that's particularly bad. I can try different things. What's that? Golden knee pads and so forth. I have the ability to try that out, not a problem. And the same with these mummy guys. So, I'm doing different silvers, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply different washes to them, and then see if the silvers work out better or worse. And like I said, these are guys, rank and file, that's going to sit at the back. So does it really matter what they look like? I mean, if they look absolutely awesome, great. And if they don't, well, so be it. I've got, troops for the back, And I could, get like 2 or 3 or maybe 5 and mix them in with a rank of my normal undead, just as fillers if I wanted to. It's perfectly acceptable, in armies, especially in Warhammer. You need to fill it up a little bit, I could say, well, that big dude there counts for 2 wounds, not a problem, But a whole lot of these guys at the back. I mean, let's face it, to print out that entire unit, that would have been, I don't know, $10 to print out that entire lot of miniatures. $10, am I going to really argue at $10 for all those models? Especially in an army? Not really, no. Especially if, the rumors are true and, you're going to need insanely huge amounts of miniatures for your army. And that's a bit of news that I've heard. So let me just get down to it at the moment. The most news I'm hearing on my groups of people now, I go on Twitch and Twitter and, a few other places and a few places, chat programs and so forth, all talking about the old world. And all these places are like a buzz alive with information, rumors, whether they're true or not, people talking around like crazy. And you get the feel for certain people that are, in the know and have really good ideas. And, what they say makes sense. And 9 times out of 10, they're actually correct. These people are silent, almost nothing. It's almost like Games Workshop have come in and said, right, everybody out of the pool. No more talk, no more chit-chat, nothing. It has been an almost quiet dead zone in all the groups. I mean, you've got the usual people twerking around going, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, blah, 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 blah. And they're just hearing it or making it themselves. Those people, I don't really listen to at all. But the people that are normally within the know, not a word. The last thing I heard from them, and this was 5 days ago, was don't base your models. And I said to 3 or 4 different people, I said, why not? And they said, trust me, apart from rank and file, don't convert any models over because, things might get strange. And I'm like, all right, then no worries then. So apart from rank and file, I'm not going to be converting any models. And then somebody said something today saying, oh, they were talking about hero bases, not in like groups, but like heroes by themselves are going to be on 28.5 bases. And I'm like, 28.5? What? That doesn't make sense. What would a 28.5 base look like? That's very strange. But I do remember a long time ago, like last year, somebody mentioned an oddly shaped base, and I think it was 28.5 as well. Now, is this true? I don't think so. But it is interesting that, all of the chatter groups that I'm in that usually have people with good information have gone silent about Old World. I mean, 40K, they're chattering away like crazy. Age of Sigma, I'm hearing all sorts of, really fruity stuff. None of it's confirmed. I'm not going to mention anything now until I get proper confirmation. But yeah, so, all right. So a prime example is the person that told me that GW was going to get an upgrade to the web page. This is somebody that has told me about Legions Imperialis and delays and so forth and basic prices in Australia. So this guy or girl, I don't really know, has always given me some pretty rock solid information. and I have not heard anything from this person at all. I mean, they're in the chats and so forth, and I've sent them, hi, how you doing? I never get a reply. It's like they've been purposely told to shut up. So, and I can understand it in some respects. Old World, it's coming up for the big launch end of January. Now, this is the other thing I want to talk to you about. Some people are saying that, it's going to come out end of January, early February, bang, and away we go. And some people are saying, oh, it'll be released for pre-order the second week of February. The word February is what's going to happen. And I honestly don't think we will know anything for certain until maybe the first or second week of the new year. And then it's just go, 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 and more go, which will be exciting. So in the meantime, we just have to slog it out until the new year. So we've got, halfway through December now, I think it is. Oh, no, with the first week of December. My bad. I'm too excited. Oh, hurry up for the new year. I would like to say a couple of things to people. If you are thinking of playing Tomb Kings or Bretonnia, I would start stockpiling some stuff now. Okay, so my skeletal horde stuff, I have this bottle, and I have another bottle which is quite old. So once I get some money, I'm going to have to go off and buy like 3 bottles of this stuff and then just store it someplace in a cool, dark place. Kinsler Flesh I'm fine with, and the rest of the colours, but Contra Skeleton Horde is kind of important for having a skeletal army. So yeah, I'll have to go off and buy a couple of bottles of that. And if I'm wise enough, I might get some more of the Croxigore green and a few other colours just to make sure I've got absolutely enough. I did bulk up on Kislev Flesh. I've got like 3 bottles of that, or 2 bottles of that, sorry. So that should be keeping handy. And I've got a new Retribution armor. So, if you're going to do, let's say, Bretonians, I don't know what Bretonians really use for core colors, to be honest with you. They're fleshy things, who knows? Then I would go off and I would maybe get like, maybe 5 or 6 core paints that you're going to use very regularly and go from there. Now, I do have a painting video for the ogres. Now, if you've seen my little short, you'll see one of the ogres that I 3D printed. It looks spectacular for a model that costs like $3. And I will be editing that over the next week or so, and hopefully I can get a nice video out of it so I can show you how to hide the layer lines on a 0.2 model and make it look quite nice. So that'll be over the next week or so. Now, you're not going to hear from me for a while. I don't want to be doing videos ad nauseum just for the sake of doing videos. When I have something interesting to say, then I'll say it and put out a video, okay? I did have somebody ask me, look, I'm waiting for your new video, man, when's it coming, and that's lovely to hear, but until I have something interesting to say or have confirmation on something, I'm not going to sort of pop it out there. There's just no point. Now, if you would like to like and subscribe, that would be awesome. I do have a competition going. I'm getting followers all the time, so hopefully we can get it done soon, and I can start giving away stuff. And once I reach 1,500 and the big box set goes away, I do have 3 other things that I'll be giving away, and that won't be on the amount of subscribers. That'll just me going, meh, I'm just going to start giving stuff away to random people that are in there. So some of it will be Legions Imperialis, some of it will be Warhammer, the Old World, and we'll just go from there. Okay? Any questions, just ask. I'm happy to help. It is about 1 a.m. here in Perth, Western Australia. I've been watching the Square Base, which has a wonderful Englishman and a Canadian. If you would like to watch their channel, it's absolutely hilarious. I really do enjoy it. And I wish I could do something as wonderful as they do. Okay, so I'm starting to babble. I'm out of here. And always remember, love the game, love yourself. Chaos signing off. Bye-bye.